Who decides? Decides. It is written. Now, if you're going to be subtle, we'll miss each other in the dark. I'm referring to oral tradition, so to speak. We are tragedians, you see. We follow directions. There is no choice involved. The bad and unhappily, the good unluckily. That is what tragedy means. Positions. Go. Well, I say here, really, you can't do that. Why not? Well, really, I mean, people want to be entertained. They don't come expecting assorted and gratuitous filth. You're wrong. They do. Murder, seduction, and incest. What do you want? Jokes? I want a good story with a beginning, middle, and end. And you? I'd prefer art to mirror life if it's all the same to you. It's all the same to me, sir. All right, no need to indulge yourselves. I come on in a minute. Lucianus, nephew to the king. Next. Lucianus, nephew to the king, usurped by his uncle and shattered by his mother's incestuous marriage, loses his reason, throwing the court into turmoil and disarray, and he alternates between bitter melancholy and unrestricted lunacy, staggering from the suicidal to the homicidal. He at last confronts his mother, and in a scene of provocative ambiguity, begs her to repent and recant. The king, tormented by guilt, haunted by fear, decides to dispatch his nephew to England and entrusts this undertaking to two smiling accomplices, friends, courtiers, to two spies, giving them a letter to present to the English court, and so they depart on board ship. And they arrive, and disembark, and present themselves before the English king. The English king. But where is the prince? Where indeed the plot is thickened, a twist of fate, and cutting has put into their hands a letter that seals their deaths. Traitors, hoist by their own petard, or victims of the gods. We shall never know. Well, it isn't. No, we don't know. It's a long time since. Where was it? This is taking me back to. When was it? I know you don't. I never forget a face. Not that I know yours, that is. For a moment I thought, no, I don't know you. Do I? Yes, I'm afraid you're quite wrong. You must have mistaken me for someone else. Are you familiar with this place? No. A slaughterhouse, 8 corpses, all told. It brings out the best in us. You! What do you know about death? It's what the actors do best. They have to exploit whatever talent is given to them, and the talent is die. They can die heroically, comically, ironically, slowly, suddenly, disgustingly, charmingly, or from a great height. My own talent is more general. I extract significance from melodrama, a significance which it does not in fact contain. But occasionally, from out of this matter there escapes a thin beam of light that, seen at the right angle, can crack the shell of mortality. Is that all they do, die? No. They kill beautifully. In fact, some of them kill even better than they die. The rest die better than they kill. Their team. Which ones are which? There's not much in it. Actors. The mechanics of cheap melodrama. That isn't death. You scream and choke and sink to your knees, but it doesn't bring death home to anyone. It doesn't catch them unawares and start to whisper in their skulls that, yes, says, one day you are going to die. You die so many times. How can you expect them to believe in your death? On the contrary, it's the only one they do believe. They're conditioned to it. I had an actor once who was condemned to hang for stealing a sheep or a lamb, I forget which. So I got permission to have him hanged in the middle of the play. Had to change our plot a bit, but I thought it would be effective, and you wouldn't believe it. He just wasn't convincing. It was impossible to suspend one's disbelief. And what? With the audience cheering and throwing peanuts, the whole thing was a disaster. He did nothing but cry all the time. Ring out of character, just stood there and cried. Never again. Audiences know what to expect, and that is all they are prepared to believe in. So, no, you've got it all wrong. You can't act death. The fact of it is nothing to do with seeing it happen. It's not gasps and blood and falling about. That isn't what makes it death. It's just a man falling to reappear. That's all. Now you see him, now you don't. That's the only thing that's weird. Here 1 minute and gone the next, and never coming back, an exit, unobtrusive and unannounced, a disappearance, gathering weight as it goes on until finally it is heavy with death. That must be east then. I think we can assume that. I'm assuming nothing. No, it's all right. That's the sun. East. Where? I watched it come up. No. It was light all the time, you see. And you opened your eyes very, very slowly. If you'd been facing back there, you'd be swearing that was east. You're a mass of prejudice. I've been taken in before. Ring the bell. They're waiting to see what we're going to do. Good old east. As soon as we make a move, they'll come pouring in from every side, shouting obscure instructions, confusing us with ridiculous remarks, and messing us about them, here to practice and getting our names wrong. Oh, Guildenstern. You're wanted. Friends, both, go join you with some further aid. Hamlet and Magnus have Polonius slain, and from his mother's closet hath he dragged him. Go seek him out. Speak fair and bring the body into the chapel. I pray you hasten this. Come, Gertrude, we'll call up our wisest friends and let them know both what we mean to do. Well, quite. Well. Quite. Seek him out, etc. Quite. Well, that's a step in the right direction. You didn't like him? Ooh, good God, I hope more tears are shed for us. Well, it's progress, isn't it? Nothing positive. Seek him out. Where does one begin? Well, that's a step in the right direction. You think so? He could be anywhere. All right, you go that way, I'll go this way. Right. No. You go this way, I'll go that way. All right. Wait a minute. I think we should stick together. He might be violent. Good point. I'll come with you. No, I'll come with you. Right. I'll come with you my way. All right. I just thought if we both go, he could come here. That would be stupid, wouldn't it? All right, I'll say you go. Right.